I have a lot of different thoughts on that.
Palm Coast Vice Mayor gives Liz Ryan her take on SB180, a controversial new law.
Senate Bill 180 significantly limits how local governments can regulate land use, zoning, and development after hurricanes and other natural disasters. Some argue it ties the hands of local governments and takes away their power to decide how land is developed in their communities. Vice Mayor Pontieri has concerns.
I obviously am unhappy with SB 180. I have spoken to both our state representative, Sam Greco, and our Senator Tom Leek, about a lot of the issues that SB has created for local government and how it's taking away local rule. And as a very strong conservative Republican, I'm a big believer in local rule and local autonomy. And SB 180 completely strips that from us, particularly from a development standpoint, which is so important for the local community because we at the local level know what's best for our community from a developer's standpoint.
She's leery of rapid growth and wants to take a more cautious approach.
I think we've all felt the harm and the harsh reality of what exponential growth in a speedy way does to the local community. So it is very frustrating for us at the local level to have to deal with SB 180, particularly when it's imposed by folks up in Tallahassee who are so far removed from the local community.
She is heartened, however, by the communications she's had with some in Tallahassee.
Speaking with Senator Leek and Representative Greco, they understand those hardships, and we've had very good conversations, and they're very confident that SB 180 will be amended.
Some counties are suing the state over SB 180, but Pontieri is taking a more wait-and-see approach.
And relying on their representation to us that SB 180 will be changed to be more favorable, we've decided at the city level to not spend taxpayer dollars in joining the lawsuit. I can't speak for the county, but I can say that the county has not joined the lawsuit either.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, October 14th.
1,000 Friends of Florida has filed a lawsuit because we believe that local governments should be able to control the decisions for planning in their own communities.
While Palm Coast will not be joining the multiple groups suing the state of Florida over Senate Bill 180, Policy Director for 1,000 Friends of Florida, Kim Dinkins, says the organization is taking the state to court.
1,000 Friends of Florida is a nonprofit that has long fought for tighter land development regulations. And now, a controversial new law, Senate Bill 180, is in their crosshairs. Critics of the bill, like Dinkins, feel the law takes too much control out of the hands of local governments.
The intended purpose of Senate Bill 180 was to help Floridians rebuild after a storm, but it goes too far. It prevents local governments from being able to make decisions about where and when development occurs in their community in the future.
Over 10 local governments have either joined or plan to join a lawsuit challenging Florida's SB 180. 1,000 Friends of Florida is filing a separate lawsuit.
The goal of the lawsuit is to stop the state from telling local governments that they can't adopt new policies.
The state has not responded to the lawsuit as of yet. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311. Earlier this month, you heard from each of the remaining city manager candidates right here on WNZF. Tonight, the Palm Coast City Council will narrow that list even further, deciding which finalists will move on to in-person interviews. 6 candidates remain in the running: Charles Gefkin, Michael McLaughlin, David Fraser, Norman West, Thomas, and Anthony Shembri. Each submitted a short video answering council questions and a written vision statement outlining what their first year as city manager would look like. The council will review those materials and make its final selections during tonight's workshop beginning at 6 p.m. at City Hall. If you can't be there in person, you can watch the meeting live on the Flagler Radio YouTube channel or the WNZF Facebook page. In other news, Daytona State College is expanding opportunities for future first responders, launching a full emergency medical technician certificate program at its Flagler Palm Coast campus starting in January 2026. The one-semester program trains students in life-saving care and includes 90 hours of hands-on clinical experience. Graduates are in high demand and can continue on to the college's paramedic program. Applications are now open. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.